Let's talk Pakistani dramas. We have arrived at our last roundup for Pakistani dramas of 2025, and these are the special mentions. These are those shows which could have been on the top 10 list, but due to stiff competition got left off for one reason or the other. First is Dastak, which belongs at the top of this list, and honestly I battled with whether Dastak or Meem Se Mohabbat should have made that top 10 list. Dastak focused on a young woman and how she navigates life and society post-divorce with a young child. I wish I had spent less time on unnecessarily toxic storylines and more time highlighting the importance of co-parenting in a healthy way. And yet, despite the flaws, it delivered something fresh with great performances. Dear Bestie was grossly underrated, a story focusing on three friends, their lives, their relationships, and their bond. This is the kind of drama we need to see more of. It gave K-drama vibes with only 8 episodes. If you haven't seen this, please watch. Next is Hashtag, which followed the investigation after 2 influencers go missing. It's a well-written story and only 4 episodes long. Now, yes, the culprit is predictable, but it's the execution which really makes this worth a watch. Dil Dhundta Hai Phir Wahi is a story which focused on dementia and how a marriage is tested through it all. Zara Noor Abbas and Zahid Ahmed's performances were just incredible, and honestly this was a painfully accurate portrayal of what these families go through. That being said, the sidetracks messed up the flow and dragged it out for way too long. A family drama with a little bit of Romeo and Juliet, Cher is next on the list. Was Cher over the top, melodramatic, and just a little bit too much? Yes. But was it enjoyable? Yes. Did it have a great OST? Yes. Was it addictive? Yes. And so, it deserves a shout out. Next is Aspas, which followed Arshi, a young spirited girl from a broken family, and her romance with Dr. Saham. There's nothing meaningful here, but it sure was fun. Next is Dilwali Galime, which was meant to be a 10-episode miniseries, but somehow got dragged out into being a 30-episode Ramadan series. Focusing on marriage and the importance of space, Jama Taksim managed to accomplish what Dilwali Galime couldn't. And yet it deserves a shout out for its performances and humorous moments. Biryani is that show that I argued with myself over. Was it a special mention or a disappointment? A bit of both, really. The first half of the show earned it a spot on the special mentions list because of that beautiful romance between Nissa and Mir, because that was more than worthwhile. But the second half, unfortunately, was a disaster. Shireen Farhad had so much potential, a beautiful love story between a writer/director and an actress in the 70s. Unfortunately, despite the casting, the beautiful sets, and the vibe, the team didn't really build the kind of magical love story that was required. Still, it was a nice watch. Now we are entering the realm of guilty pleasures and toxicity. Appa Shamim was a guilty pleasure, and I was absolutely hooked. Was it a perfect show? No, but the message of men supporting their wives and women empowering themselves and being financially independent was an important one. Of course, I have to give a shout out to Iqtidar for that beautiful Shah Nawaz and Mehru pairing. Was there anything else worthwhile in this show? No, it was this pairing and the OST. That's all. The same goes for Ilzam-e-Ishq and Mohra, both which were ridiculously toxic shows. Ilzam-e-Ishq had this beautiful but incredibly toxic couple going for it, and Mohra was infuriatingly addictive. Okay, I think I gave a shout out to anything and everything worth being given a shout out for. Did I miss anything? Next week we're going back to discussing new, and there is so much new. See you then.